Okay. So the deal is, as I shut the door because some people are going to get rowdy in my house in a second. So, a couple of things going on right now. First off, this video is live. You can share it. It is public. But the 1111 is something that I've done for years. It is something that I focus on intently, and what I find over the years, I've done weddings on 1111. I can't even tell you how many events, live events all over the world, teachings, healings, you name it. And they've all been miraculously just brilliant and amazing. And one of the things that I find to be really interesting is the people that connect with that energy, because it's a very intense frequency. And it's, when I say frequency, I mean the way the planets are aligned, the way your soul is aligned. And to kind of put it in layman's terms and not so spiritual, it means we have a unique present moment to activate and align with your truth, with your authentic voice, with the being that you have always meant to be, and let go of the fears and the judgment and the doubt and the self-criticism and all of those things. And the opportunities that come during this time, let's say you get an offer to do a different job, or you have something that comes up, like right now I'm doing a launch for my webinar coming up on the 19th. When those things are in a time period such as this, it is magnified. It is aligned perfectly for you. What I find with most people is that we get stuck in rhythms. We get stuck in vibrations. We get stuck in, limiting thoughts and beliefs about ourselves. And, one of the things is that it needs to be this place of deep understanding about what you're here to do, what you're here to create, who are you meant to be, those inner nudges from your soul. And the problem is that in my conversations like last night, we are so disconnected, one, from each other, but also to who we are. And it is because we've been deluded. We have so much external stuff happening, family, responsibilities, those kind of things. And what happens is that, internet, TV, relationships, kids, responsibilities all become layers on top of you. And it becomes hard to see and hear your voice. And it becomes hard to discern what's right for you, what's wrong for you, all of those things. And if you can take a step back and connect with this other truth of you, then possibility can brew. Possibility is just, maybe there is something more. Maybe there is a bigger, purpose. And when I say bigger purpose, everybody thinks that I mean this huge thing. And some people's purpose is just to take care of the littles and the children, and that's their purpose, and it brings them great joy. And other people, are here to do other things, to make a big imprint, and some people are here to create beautiful art. Some people are here to create beautiful music. some people are just great connectors to people. And it doesn't have to be, we just get confused when we talk about purpose and this bigger thing, and then you already feel lost anyway. So when I talk about purpose and that kind of thing, everybody thinks, oh, I must know my purpose. No, you really don't. The clue is in what you do every day. It's not this big thing, that most people get stuck in. I had a lot of conversations last night about being worthy and doing the work that's required to stand in your truth and to say your voice, and not push other people around, or feel like you're throwing your weight on other people just to get your point across, and just to be heard and respected and valued and cherished and loved. Because the truth is, maybe you never knew your worth in the first place. Maybe you actually didn't know your worth, your innate true value. And what I see most often, instead of sitting in the stillness, instead of sitting in the quiet, the place that terrifies us the most, we choose to either go into another relationship, or we choose to get a new friend or a new hobby, or something external, instead of doing the internal work, instead of aligning with that small voice, the one that calls you. You know which one I'm talking about, the one that nags you in the middle of the night with ruminating thoughts about, it would be nice if I did that. Or the other happens where you have ruminating thoughts or cycling thoughts around what someone said to you, or what you did to someone, or what you should have said differently, or what you could have done differently. And instead of accepting the reality of what is, right? What is that you, in that moment, may or may not have chosen your soul, or your purpose, or your voice, or your worthiness. And all of that can be undone. And some of the people that are on the live with me know, because they've been around me for so long, right? That magic actually happens when you let go of what you know to be true. Magic happens when you sit and look at, maybe I actually don't know what can and cannot happen here in this place. Because the truth is, you've never been there before, and you're there now. And each time you choose the moment of now, meaning being present to what is happening and occurring right now, then you have the choice to let go of your conditioning, of your past relationships, of your friendships, or your family situation, whatever it is that's controlling your thoughts, emotions, and your body. And right now, there's this great influx of energy that's coming in to shift us from a male perspective in the world, a patriarchal view, and move us into a female-driven, conscious embodiment coming into the body and creating movement that way. What does that mean? Essentially, it means that it's a changing of the guard. Whereas it's always been male-led in this world that we have, it's changing to be more female-led, okay? More driven, more creative, more in flow, more in a divine balance with our male and female side. And we've been taught to control, to judge others, to condition, to fit in, to, become less than, all of these things, even though, right, the mass media will say, oh yeah, be yourself, but really, is that what you're seeing in the world? Are you seeing support for your voice? Are you seeing support in your individuality, in your truth, in your worthiness? See, what the universe is calling us to do is to stand in your truth, and not about me against you or judging other people for what they choose to do and choose not to do. It's not about that. It's about the tapestry of the beautifulness that we are as individuals, because no two people are the same, and we're not wired the same. We may look the same. You may have an identical twin, not the same. Energetically and vibrationally, we are entirely different things. And just as nature, we have to change and grow. It's evolution at its finest. It is perfected over centuries. It's not new. We're in the state of evolution again. It's up to you how far you want to take that evolution. If you want to sit in what you know and continue to get what you have gotten forever, struggle, pain, sadness, loneliness, not feeling heard or respected, you can choose to sit there. And that's fine. No judgment. Because actually, sometimes change is messy, to be truthful. Because everyone wants to tell you that growing spiritually is all rainbows and unicorns, right? It's not. But there is great power in deciding, this is what I want. This is how I want to live. This is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want to feel. And no, there doesn't show up overnight, but it can. But the only way that I have seen it shown up overnight is when the decision that you make is so radically solid. Like I've seen literally people make one decision and have $15,000 in their bank account show up within 20 minutes. I've seen, women who have struggled with IVF for years, literally in 20 minutes, they hung up the phone, they made a decision. I get a call the next day, they're pregnant. There is no time separation between what you want, what you desire in this moment right now. It is already yours. That's what you don't know. You think it's some life out there, it's some destination that you have to get to, some moving boulders and whatever else, hard work and struggle and mayhem and whatever else, digging your heels in and fighting tooth and nail. Well, what made the struggle worth it? Nothing. You don't get an award for suffering and pain. So why choose it? You don't get an award that said, I stood on my mountaintop and I proclaimed my truth to the world, and I went there kicking and screaming, and I suffered greatly in penance. There's no reward for that. You want to know what there's reward for? How much you shift, how much you move, how much you let go of conditioning, of mindset, of beliefs, of generational curses, of soul's history, karma. That's what you get gifts for. And gifts show up overnight. It's not like you got to wait 20 years for them to show up. No, they show up overnight. Literally. So it's up to you. All those dreams that you have rolling around in your thoughts, and the daydreams that you have, and the conversations that you have, and all of those things are already yours. Otherwise, you wouldn't be dreaming about them, thinking about them, wanting them, desiring them. feeling the energy of them. They're already yours. It's just the you that has that hasn't caught up with you. And did you hear me again? The you that has those in your life, you see, because it's the same time frame. You just think that you have to do all this work to get it. Mm-mm. And I'm not saying it's easy and it just lands in your lap, but you know when you've made that shift. You know when you've made that mark because you feel it. A lot of people actually think that, the dreams and the daydreams that they have and the things and the goals that they want to achieve in their life are their own. You actually think that it's your own dream, your own goal, your own intention. You actually think that. Raise your hand if you do. You think it's yours. That's what I'm dreaming. Is that what you think? Raise your hand. Let me know. Let me give you a clue. It's not. You are, and this is a big dose of a pill to swallow. You are the universe's playground. The question was if you think that your goals and your dreams and your daydreams and if I wish I had this, I wish I had that, are yours. They're not. They're not. It's the universe's way of creating in this world. You are the tool. You are the vessel for those things to get created. And if you don't do them, they just move on to someone else. Up to you. It's up to you. How much you want to have, how much you want to create, how much you want to play is up to you. Nothing is off limits. There is no limit on what you get to experience here. You already see it in the pain area. Is there a limit on that? Because all of you listening have had significant pain and suffering. And, was there a limit on that? No, just gets more. The same is true for your dreams. The same is true for your desires, your wants, your intentions. They're just not, you think, because we always think it's all me. No, those are the universe's way of playing. Yeah. So I will say this too. So, because I have my live event coming up on the 19th, which is going to be fantastic. I'll put the link down here. You can jump on. Since on the 19th, if you want to find out more about abundance, manifesting, magic, and all these things that I'm talking about, jump on that. It's going to be live. And as you know, anything that you're doing in a group is more powerful. I'm going to shift some mindsets and working on a lot of shifting. So I invite you to come to that. It's going to be Friday the 19th at 8 p.m. Click the link, jump in. And if you're ready to book a call with me and jump in, I recommend it. But please understand, when you're ready, you know. Because working with me is going to shift your life. It's not maybe, it might. No. I didn't come here to play. If you want to move, if you want to transform, there has been amazing transformations that have happened. I get to be the vessel to do that every day, and I'm extremely grateful and humbled by that every single second. But it also requires that I show up and do my own work, that I move my own self. And so I'm a product and the example. I don't tell you anything that I haven't done already myself, and chances are I've been through half of it anyway. Just saying. With that being said, I know some of you got on here late, but don't miss out on that. Go ahead and book that. If you want to book a call with me, I have several times open for that as well. Hold on, I'm going to post that link for that. As soon as I can find it. I've got, so that's two things happening. You can choose to book a call with me. I'm not seeing it. So I'll post it later because I don't see it in there. Time for change. If you're not getting the message, 1111 is a portal into creating change. You might as well do it and jump in all the way. There's no point in waiting. It's just going to either you go kicking and screaming or you just submit and take charge. I prefer to take charge. I don't like to be controlled. I'm not very good at that. I wonder why. So with that being said, tonight's your night. So jump on the webinar with me. It's going to be amazing. We're going to do so many things on that. If you're ready for a call, I'll post a link in there. You can choose to do the call. I also have, what else was there? There was something else I'm supposed to tell you, and I can't think of it right now, but I will later. I am so honored to share this work with you, and I am blessed to serve. Most of you know my personal story, but for those of you who don't, I did not come from a family that was, healthy and all that kind of jazz. I came in connected, which means that I was very aware of my spiritual connection and psychic ability and healing ability from day one. And my soul is a unique soul and has a very specific skill set and path here. So I invite you all to take a look at your dreams, and I want you to ponder for a moment just tonight and think about the possibility that maybe that's God, the universe, playing in your life and in your dreams and in your mind, begging you to take a step in, to put your toe in the water, because they're not yours. I know we'd like to think and take it personal, but it's not. Yes, we have goals, but they're put there by God, the universe, our higher self in the first place. So up to you. All right. With that being said, I'm out. I love you all. You're all amazing and divine and wonderful in your own right. And each individual person has their own skill set. I just want to help you get there. All right. Love you all. Good night. Happy 11/11. Go do some meditating and some journaling tonight. Okay.